What are you doing right now? I'm out drinking here in this place. You know, that one place I always go to. I forgot what it's called though. But, come and pick me up. Don't tell me you're sleeping right now. Wake up, wake up. I need you to come pick me up. Wake up, wake up. You need to come pick me up or else I won't be able to make it home tonight.
Okay. I'm up. Jeez. Oh my gosh, Steven, do you have any idea what time it is right now? You didn't even tell me you were going to be out this late. I had no idea when you were planning to come home.
Actually, I'm planning to drink a little bit more. Then we'll all be done. In about an hour. Then I need you to come pick me up. I just wanted to let you know in advance to come pick me up.
Do you know how far away you are from our house? It takes an hour just to get there. Doesn't your coworker live nearby? Can you just ask him if you can crash for the night? I'll just pick you up in the morning. I don't want to drive that long at night. Lots of dangerous drivers are out at this time.
What? Do you not understand me? I just told you to come pick me up. What makes you think that all of a sudden you can talk to me like that, huh?
Whoa. Talk to you like what? I was just telling you what I was thinking. What's wrong with that?
Hey, don't you remember or have you already forgotten? Who was it who saved your parents' business from going under? Huh? Tell me now, say it.
Of course I remember. It was your parents who saved my parents' company. And I'm very thankful for that. And of course my parents are too.
Exactly. It was my parents. So you're in no position to defy me or talk to me like you're my equal. There's no place here for voicing your opinions. Am I right or am I mistaken?
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. It was definitely your parents who gave money to my parents to save their company. And like I said, I am eternally grateful for that. But that's completely unrelated to...
Unrelated to what?
Well, we both mutually wanted to get married, right? That was both of our original intentions. It wasn't because one side was indebted to the other. But for a while now, you've always been talking down to me, giving me orders like you're my boss. I thought we were a married couple.
Original intentions? Well, yeah, originally that's what I intended. You're not wrong. What I was hoping for was someone who would submissively listen to what I had to say. That's the kind of wife I wanted. And you fit the role perfectly. Don't you think it's been working out well?
What?
If that's not what you wanted in the beginning, then I don't really know what your original intentions were. I thought we were on the same page. But for me, all I know is that I did not marry you for love. I thought you knew that. You too, right? You didn't marry me because you loved me, right?
Well, I thought that we'd eventually be able to be a married couple who loved each other. I thought that I would grow to love you, so that's why I chose to marry you. And if you ask me now, I have grown to love you. What about you? Can you say the same?
Huh? No way. I can't believe you've fallen for me. Well, I can't say I blame you, but too bad I can't say the same thing for myself. Hold on. Did you say you chose to marry me? Didn't your parents force you to marry me?
My parents? No. They would never force me to do anything, especially when it comes to something as significant as getting married. They advised me many times that I shouldn't get married if I didn't want to. Even when I insisted that I should because of their situation, they checked with me virtually every day to make sure I was listening to my heart.
What? Really? That's hilarious. Listening to your heart? They had the audacity to tell you that and risk their company going bankrupt? I can't believe it. They are too much. No wonder their business was in hot water. It's pretty apparent they didn't have the ability to make wise decisions. If they did, you all probably wouldn't have gotten into the situation in the first place.
Stephen, please stop talking like that about my parents. It's disrespectful and it's hurtful to me. They did nothing wrong to you.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I've been out drinking, so words just slip out of my mouth without me thinking. You know how I get. We've been together long enough.
At any rate, it was my choice. My parents had nothing to do with the decision. It was my choice to get married, and it was my choice to get married to you. It wasn't because my parents forced me to, and it definitely wasn't out of any feeling of indebtedness. Don't forget that.
Oh, and?
It seems that you don't believe me. I'm not surprised, though. In the 3 years that we've been married, we've had this talk 5 times? It's kind of getting old.
Well, it seems when we have this talk, we still end up happy together, so we know how it all ends, right? How about you just come pick me up now? Hurry up, it's getting really cold and I forgot my thick overcoat. Oh, and by the way, my boss and other coworkers have been drinking with me too, so I promised them you'd drop them off also.
Excuse me? You never said anything about having to pick them up too. Where do I need to drop them off?
Really? I didn't say anything. I really must have had too much to drink. Well, I told you right now, didn't I? That's gotta count for something.
Oh, this is so frustrating. You're being so inconsiderate.
Hey, take it easy. Have you forgotten your manners? You need to talk to me with respect, remember?
Are you seriously bringing up my tone right now? Stephen, we're a married couple and should be able to talk to each other as equals. You're not my boss and I'm not yours. The way I talk to you is just fine. Why do you think it's necessary for me to talk to you one way while you don't do the same to me?
Hey, Max, no need to get rebellious again. That's not the way a good wife is supposed to act. Stay in your lane. My parents bought your parents' now former company, but imagine if they didn't. Your parents would have been bankrupt. Then what? What would you have done? If it wasn't for my parents, your entire family would have been struggling.
Like I said, that doesn't have anything to do with...
Oh, and do you remember who lent your parents the money to start their company in the first place? It was my parents. And if you're not able to somehow pay back that loan, things are looking bleak for you.
Stop threatening me. You need to treat me better. I'm your wife. Only a coward would talk to me the way you're talking to me.
What? Are you calling me a coward? You have some nerve. I can just leave you right now if I want to. All I have to do is say the word, and my parents can send your parents into crippling debt. I have absolute power in this situation over you and your family. And you have the audacity to call me a coward?
Wow, you're really full of yourself, aren't you? Actually, you're a bit delusional.
Max, don't talk to me like that. Remember, respect and nothing but respect. If your parents are really that important to you, I believe you owe me an apology. As you know, I'm a very forgiving person.
Okay, I'm sorry, Stephen.
Okay, so now that that's all settled, come pick me up already. And don't forget to toss out all the garbage from the car and give the seats a quick vacuum. We don't want to give a bad impression to my boss.
Okay. Yes, dear.
Hey, Max, what the hell is going on? Don't you know I'm busy right now? This better be important.
Where are you right now?
It doesn't matter where I am. Why do you care? Don't you have your own things to be taken care of? It's my day off. I can be wherever I want to be. I don't need an answer to you.
Stephen, did you take money from my purse again without asking me?
What? Are you accusing me of stealing from you again? I can't believe you keep questioning me like that. We're married, Max. We should trust each other more.
When I woke up this morning, I remember that there was $200 in my wallet. Now, both $100 bills are gone, and my credit card too. The last time I even touched my purse was when I woke up.
There's no reason for me to take your money. Why would I do that? I always have enough cash with me.
If I don't have that money or card, I can't take care of the errands I've been meaning to do all week. We're out of milk and I can't even buy that. I haven't even left the house, so there's no way my money could have gone anywhere. It doesn't just disappear into thin air.
You know what? I know what it is. You're starting to go senile. That's gotta be it.
What are you talking about? I'm not going senile. Don't try to flip this on me like it's my fault.
Whoa there. Don't get all stressed out. You should relax your mind. It's not uncommon for younger people to start losing their memory too. That kind of thing has been going around the news. You should know that, remember? We saw it together the other night during dinner.
Stephen, come on. It's terrible how you think you can get away with taking my money by gaslighting me. Like you said, we're married.
I'm not gaslighting you. I'm genuinely worried about you. If anyone should be insulted, it's me. You ignore my concerns about you. And then you turn things around and accuse me of stealing and gaslighting you? You're really stepping out of line. You know that?
Anyway, I don't feel like arguing anymore. I know how it's gonna end anyway. So where are you right now?
I told you that it doesn't matter where I am. You're so stubborn. Get off my case.
Wow, so defensive. I bet you're at the casino again, aren't you?
Huh? Are you serious? Have you been following me? No one likes a stalker. Seriously, do you not trust me at all?
I am not stalking you. I'd never do such a thing. And no one would need to anyway. By the way you're responding to me, it sounds like you're there at the casino anyway, aren't you? I knew it.
Huh? Are you questioning me again? You're really trying my patience. You're starting again. Stop thinking you have the right to talk to me like that. You don't. Stay in your lane. Or do we need to have that conversation again? I'd be glad to if you need me to.
Talk to you like what? You're not above me. We're a married couple. Besides, it's not really a secret that you have a gambling problem. I know it and your parents know it too. I wouldn't even call it a lucky guess. It just made the most sense given the situation.
What? Are you mocking me? How dare you?
We're not talking about that right now. That's not the problem. Stop trying to change the subject. The problem is that you took my money out of my purse without even telling me. That's considered stealing, even between married people.
You keep using that term. You really don't think that we're a married couple, do you? Because let me remind you, we're not.
Huh? What do you call the civil ceremony we had? We did register ourselves as a married couple with the state, and we did the ceremony for all our family and friends. Did that mean nothing to you? Was it just all a show?
No, it wasn't a show. It was all real. It celebrated you and me forming an official relationship. One where I make sure you keep up your end of the bargain. And where you keep my casino money safe for me to use whenever I feel like it. That's what our relationship really is. The marriage thing is just what we tell other people.
Okay, so since when and why did I become the person who keeps your casino money safe? I don't get it.
We've been over this already, over and over. My parents saved your parents' company. If it wasn't for that, where would your parents be? Stop saying such stupid things. I'm getting tired of it.
Your parents and my parents have nothing to do with our marriage. Stop bringing it up to justify you treating me like this. I am not your servant.
It has everything to do with it. As long as your parents owe my parents, you have no right to defy me. You do whatever I say, no backtalk. It's a simple rule for anyone to follow, even for someone as simple-minded as yourself.
This problem is our problem, no one else's. It's not your parents' business, nor is it my parents' business. We are married and we must solve this together. They have nothing to do with this. Give me back my money.
I really can't believe it. No matter how many times I tell you, you just don't get it, do you? You're really hard-headed.
Wait a minute. I'm being serious. Listen to me.
Uh-oh, I think she's getting really mad now. I better get out of here before she takes it out on me. Bye.
Wait! Don't run away! Dirtbag! Steven, I'm not done talking with you. Give me back my money! Ugh.
There'd better be some fried chicken hot and ready on the dinner table when I get home tonight. And don't forget the coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and biscuits. Oh, and honey for the biscuits. All of it better be homemade too, and I'll know if it's fast food or not. So don't think you can get away with it.
Sorry, I didn't make anything. Just grab a bite on your way home. I didn't have enough time to prepare anything for today's dinner.
Again? Do you know how long it's been since you last made dinner? You're slacking off. When will you get your act together? I'm getting tired of eating out all the time.
Sorry.
You're acting like such a big deal that your parents passed away. Plus, it's already been 3 days? You should be over it already.
Stop it! Stop talking like that to me. You're being so insensitive.
Wow, you're really getting mad for real now, aren't you? You've been really unstable lately, getting angry, getting sulky. It's getting really annoying, you know? Get yourself together already. Don't forget that you have a duty to me to be a good wife.
Steven, at least for the first week. Give me some space to grieve, please.
Huh? What the hell are you saying? What do you mean by space? You have all the space you need at home.
Please, I beg of you. I need some time. Since we got married, I've only been able to see them a few times. And to think they'd both die suddenly in the same accident.
When we got married, your priority became to be my wife, to take care of me. So of course you stopped seeing them so frequently. You don't see anyone else seeing their parents every day after they get married. And plus, why are you so worked up over them dying? You've been distant from them for a while now. I almost thought you forgot about them, especially since you always talk to me as if my parents didn't do anything for them. You're being too emotional.
What? What do you mean by distant? Just because we don't live with each other doesn't mean we're distant. At least I used to call my parents to check in on them. I can't say the same for you.
Why would I call your parents? They didn't have anything to do with me.
Steven, my parents were just as much your family as mine. That's what happens when people get married, right?
Those people are my family? No way. Hey now. I thought you were sad. Stop with the jokes already. You're making me laugh. My parents had to bail them out from their company going under, remember? If it wasn't for my parents, your parents would have starved and died much earlier than they did. It was gonna happen anyway.
I said stop it. Don't talk about my parents like that.
It's a wonder how they survived for so long. So if anything, you should be thanking me and my parents. It's all because of them that your parents got to even live as long as they did. Thanking us is common sense.
I said stop it!
Oh, there you go again. Always going overboard when you talk to me. I'm only stating the obvious, and all you do is get emotional. Stop playing the victim all the time.
Okay. Sorry I said anything. I shouldn't have gotten so emotional. Forgive me.
So, are we on the same page now? Then you better make some fried chicken tonight. Don't forget that you're my wife, so act like it. And know this, I don't care if you don't like being my wife. If it bothers you so much, you can just leave. If you can, that is. I dare you to try. You have no skills, no money, no job. There's no way you'd be able to survive on your own. I have to admit it would be entertaining to see you try. You need me. Hey, Max, are you ignoring me?
Okay, I understand.
That's better, as long as you at least understand. We're getting somewhere. Hey, you started to act a little awkward all of a sudden. It's like you suddenly got quiet. It's freaking me out. Stop it already.
Okay.
Hey, Max, how many times did you call me? Didn't I tell you? I'm really busy this weekend, so don't bother me unless it's an emergency. Leaving so many missed calls makes you look desperate.
You really have some nerve leaving your grieving wife at home so you can go off somewhere on a weekend getaway.
What? A weekend getaway? What are you talking about? Normally, I would just dismiss this as one of your mood swings, but this crosses the line. I told you that I would be out of town for work, so don't call unless it's an emergency.
You're lying to me. You're having an affair, aren't you?
No, I'm on a business trip.
Don't try to fool me. It's insulting. I know everything. There's no use in hiding anything.
Really? You know everything? I should have just been very open with you since the beginning then. It's been tiring trying to cover everything up.
Why?
I guess I should have known you were going to find it all out eventually. It was all a waste of energy trying to sneak around, but I must admit, it was kind of fun at times.
No, that's not what I'm asking. How can you be so nonchalant about all this? That's what I want to know. Any normal person would feel at least a little remorse in this situation.
What, me? Remorse? Why would I feel remorse? How many times have I told you I don't love you and this marriage was a sham marriage? Oh, there you go, talking to me like that again. Always being defiant. You're getting so combative when you talk to me. You should learn some communication skills.
Who cares how I'm talking to you? That's not the problem right now. You always get so fixated on that. Or do you just do that to distract from the real problem? I just caught you having an affair with another woman. Do you have even the slightest idea what that means?
Of course I do. No need for you to go over every minute detail. I know all of it already. But anyway, who cares if you caught me? What are you going to do about it? You're not going to do anything. You have no choice but to stay with me.
You think so?
Of course, nothing's going to change. It's still going to be more of the same between us.
No, it won't. I'll make sure things will change. You and your girlfriend will see how things will change. And both of you will wish you had never had the affair.
What the hell are you even saying? You act like I'm the only guy who's ever had an affair. It's a natural thing for a guy to do. Jeez, I can't stand you. Lighten up a little, will you?
What do you mean, natural? What do you think it means to be married?
Come on, you don't think I'm tied down just because we got married? This isn't a marriage out of love, remember? My parents always came to your parents' rescue, or did you forget again? So when we got married, that was just your family's way of paying us back for always helping you out. Your job is to make sure I'm happy. Consider it you paying off your parents' debt. Otherwise, why would I marry you? There would be nothing in it for me. I mean, look how worked up you're getting just over me spending the weekend with someone else.
So you're saying that our marriage is nothing but an arrangement for my parents' debt to be repaid? A financial transaction?
Yes, for the billionth time. Think about it. Who would want to marry and live with someone like you? You're just an old woman who always nags and never knows her place. Why would anyone want to be with you? It's exhausting.
If you say that I'm an old woman, that makes you a grumpy old man. We're pretty much the same age.
I'm not a grumpy old man. Don't you dare ever call me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Poor Stephen, I'll take it back. It's just me who's the old hag, okay? Happy now? You act like I'm the emotional one here, when it's you who's being overly sensitive.
So you admit it. You're just a useless old lady. Right? Admit it.
Yes, that's exactly what I am. An old lady who's of no use to anyone. You are completely correct. No one would want to be with me because I don't know how to defer to my husband.
Okay then that's settled. So we're in agreement that my affair is completely acceptable to the both of us. So there will never be a need to ever bring the subject up ever again. Oh, and by the way, just a reminder to always talk to me as your superior. Remember the debt you're paying off.
No thanks. I'd rather not. Let's get a divorce. That sounds much better to me.
A divorce? Oh, now you've done it. Are you really sure you want to go down this road?
Well, I don't really like guys who have affairs with other women. I'm really bad at sharing. Those kinds of guys are just not my type. And I don't really think we'd be able to get along any better than we already have as a married couple. This whole financial transaction thing really sucks the life out of our relationship. It's gotten to be really boring with you.
Whoa, hold on. Have you already forgotten your role in the relationship? You're acting up again. Huh? Don't ignore me.
My role? What do you mean by my role?
As I've said so many times, who was it that rescued your parents from financial ruin? Think really hard. I know you always forget the answer to this one.
But my parents already passed away.
Even so. What, you think their debt just disappears with them? That's not how any of this works. You have to follow through to the end. Anything less than that is unacceptable.
I believe that I've given all the thanks I need to give. I've given everything I can give. Anything beyond that is too much for me. I can't do this anymore. So let's just get a divorce.
You're feisty today, aren't you? Okay, we can divorce, but only if you leave me with $500,000.
What?
That's how it works. If you want me to agree to the divorce, then you have to pay me $500K. If you do, then I'll divorce you right here, right now. No strings attached. No questions asked.
What? Why do I have to pay you anything?
You're the one who brought up the divorce in the first place. Whoever initiated the divorce is the one who owes the other party damages. You must be really stupid not to know that.
Oh, that's totally different from what I learned. Well, yeah. Now that I think about it, I really don't know what damages need to be paid to whom. But if anyone looks stupid, it's you.
What? I'm not stupid. You have no clue how divorces work, do you? But you go and have the nerve to call me stupid.
Well, I see we're stuck in a stalemate here. How about this? To decide if it's you who's stupid or if it's me who's stupid, why don't we ask the judge?
Huh?
I don't really know how to make this happen on my own. I have too many questions. So I plan on taking our divorce proceedings to court.
What? You want to go to court?
Well, you've been doing a whole lot on your own behind my back without asking what I thought of anything. Let's see, there's the money you stole, and a whole bunch of other stuff you stole from me. Then there's the verbal abuse, and let's not forget the extramarital affair you've been having. I've taken the time to document everything, but it's a lot, so I need the judge to help sort it all out. It's kind of too complicated. I think I may be the stupider one here.
What? You're kidding, right?
No, Stephen, I'm serious. Dead serious. If I take all of the evidence I've collected to court, you'd be incriminated without a doubt for all the things you've done to me. There's no way you walk out of this divorce with anything but a bad reputation and a gaping hole where your bank account used to be.
Oh, wait. Why would you do something like this?
It's pretty obvious. Think about it. I dragged all of this out so I could divorce you.
Huh?
I suffered through all of your mistreatment of me, also I could collect the proof I needed. I've been waiting so long for this moment. I finally get to leave you and won't have to put up with you any longer.
What? Why? I thought you loved me. That's why we got married, right?
Love? I have zero reason to love you. I knew it. You're the stupid one.
I can't believe this. How can you do this to your own husband?
What? How can you say that to me when you've done nothing to treat me like a real wife? Talking down to me, acting like you're above me. It makes me sick to even think that you considered yourself as my husband.
You told me you loved me. Was that a lie? I knew it. You're a terrible person, manipulating me with your lies, taking advantage of my emotions just to get what you want. I don't know what to say.
Well, to tell you the truth, I did love you in the beginning. Really, I did. But I changed, and you were the reason for that change. If you feel like you need to blame anyone, blame yourself.
What? Blame myself?
Yeah, of course. We were never equals in our marriage. I don't know if you could even call us a married couple. You treated me like your servant the whole time, like you were my superior, and demanded I speak to you like you were. Nobody could continue to love you in an environment like that. You can't call our relationship love.
What? But I never meant for you to feel that way.
Well, that's all I have to say to you. If you have any questions, let's communicate through our lawyers, okay? The next time we'll see each other will be, I think it'll be at court.
No, wait. We don't have to bring this to court, please.
Why not?
Because we're married. Married couples work together through their problems, right? That's what they do. That's how relationships get stronger. I'll change. I swear to you, I'll change. I'll treat you right and give you all the respect you deserve. What do you say to that?
What do I say to that? You should have asked me that a long time ago. Maybe I would have considered giving you a second chance, but unfortunately it's too late.
Please, please. Let's just try and make this work, please. Just one chance.
No, you're out of chances.
There you go again, talking to me like that. But I tell you what, I won't even comment on it this time. Besides, I know that in the end you always end up doing what I ask. This time will be no different. Right? You always heard me out and agreed to what I want, right? We're on the same team, right? Right?
No way! Why would I listen to you this time? The people I've wanted to protect are no longer with us. That means I have no reason to put up with you anymore.
What? But you...
Well, I gotta go now.
Are you for real?
I left a copy of the forms I filed with the state on the dining table. Go ahead and take a look and make sure I didn't leave any basic information out. Oh, and I also left my lawyer's contact information. Contact her if you have any questions or concerns about the copies or anything about the process.
Oh, wait, no, wait! I'll be home right away. Just wait for me to come home. Then we can talk face to face, please. Don't go yet. Let's talk this out, please.
I don't think so. I'll be blocking you from here on out. All right, well, I guess I'll see you at the courthouse.
No, wait, don't go. Hey, no, you see my texts, right? Hey, Maxine, reply back, please. Wait, did you really leave me? This can't be happening. You're still there, right? Answer me. Don't leave me like this. All of this is all my fault.
So after all that, I moved in with my aunt and her husband, just temporarily until I'm able to get back on my feet. My parents, before they died, asked my aunt to help me out if I ever needed it. And my aunt and her husband kindly agreed. My mom even gave them some money to help cover any expenses. I'm so lucky to have had such loving parents who looked out for me. My aunt has kept the money safe for all these years, and since I'm already an adult, she just gave me the money to manage for myself. I'm so thankful. When I look back, I realize my parents always had my happiness in mind. They never asked me for anything and always encouraged me to live life how I wanted to live it. I miss them a lot, but I'm forever thankful for those words and their kindness to me. Oh, and as far as all the divorce proceedings, arbitration with Steven starts next week. That jerk never held back when he verbally berated me, especially when it came to my parents. So I don't intend to hold back either. I plan on squeezing every last penny I can from that scumbag. It's gonna take a few months or even a few years until all the dust settles, but I feel like I'm at the starting line of a brand new life. I don't know what the future will hold, but I know I'll do everything I can to be happy. Thanks for watching until the end. If this video was refreshing to you, then feel free to leave your thoughts or opinions in the comments section. See you in the next video. Bye!
Come on, hurry up and sit down so we can all eat dinner. Honestly, you two are determined to make me die an early death. I'm sure of it. This son of mine is getting divorced, and this daughter of mine refuses to look after her own children and would rather spend the day in a drunken stupor. You're both nothing but a drain on my life force. I think that's a little unfair, Mom. I'm a victim too, you know. All this has happened because of you two and your ridiculously selfish actions. Thanks to you, I've come across as the bad guy in the divorce proceedings, and I've got to pay Anna a bunch of alimony. Surely she should be satisfied enough with the thought that we're all miserable because of her and that stunt she pulled at the wedding. I really don't know why she needs to go after your money as well. She must think that she's some kind of saint who has been unfairly treated. I mean, it's kinda true that she wasn't treated very well. She had to deal with you constantly blaming her for not giving you grandsons, and she also had to deal with Sinead's difficult personality. Have you also forgotten how often she would look after the twins? Well, that's all stuff she signed up for when she decided to marry into this family. Those are the kinds of things a daughter-in-law should expect to do for her in-laws. I don't like these modern notions that girls these days have. They all seem to think that they don't owe their in-laws anything. She should be grateful that I was so nice to her, even when she had failed at her most fundamental duty, which was to give me grandsons. But that's actually my... you know what? Forget it. I've already explained it to you a million times, so I'm not going to do it again, and I know you're not going to listen to me. You need to stop being in denial about this. Well, as I said before, it's a two-way street, so I refuse to believe that she isn't at least partially to blame. A seed needs healthy, fertile soil to grow. If the field isn't fertile, then of course the seed isn't going to take root. And besides, my friend's son was told that he was infertile, but actually ended up being able to have kids eventually. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. How about I set you up on a blind date? You're not getting any younger, so you shouldn't waste any time in finding someone new and trying again for a baby. Mom, please, I really don't want to. And besides, I keep telling you, I really don't think I can have kids. Don't give up so easily. I just told you about my friend's son, didn't I? If there was a chance for him, there's still a chance for you. I'll make sure I find you someone who is fertile and in great health. So why don't you just give it a shot and go on at least one date for me? A man of your age shouldn't be single for too long. Fine, do whatever you want. I give in. Really? Will you really do this for me? Oh, thank you so much. There's still a chance. Sinead, hurry up and come eat your lunch.
Mom, I'm right here. There's no need to yell. You're making my headache worse. I'm so hungover, I feel like I might die. My head's spinning.
Look at you. You're a mess. What time did you come home last night? When are you going to grow up and realize that you can't spend the rest of your life partying until the early hours?
You can't tell me what to do anymore, Mom. I'm a grown adult. I can do whatever I want. Ugh, my stomach hurts.
Why won't you two just hurry up and get married and get out of my hair?
Oh, Mom, please, just stop nagging. I can't believe this is happening to me again. If Mom finds out, I am so dead. When could it have happened? Last month? Or the month before that? Maybe it was the guy I met in the club that time? I didn't even get his number! I don't even remember what his name was!
Anna Yates. Is Mrs. Anna Yates here? Yes, that's me. Come on, honey. Let's go in. I'm so excited to find out your gender, little one. You're not going to be awkward and roll away from us this time, are you?
You never know. We haven't been able to see anything in the earlier scan, so we might be disappointed today as well. We might have to wait until the birth to find out at this rate. It can't be. Is that... Anna?
I'm a little disappointed that we're having a boy. I feel like he's going to be too rebellious. I was really looking forward to being a girl dad.
Oh, come on. Either is fine with me. We're just lucky to be blessed with the gift of a baby. And they said that he's healthy and is growing at the expected rate, which is all that matters at the end of the day. It really is her! Hey! Where have you been hiding these past few years? I still haven't forgiven you for ruining my wedding back then.
Hey, get away from my wife! Who is this psycho?
Oh, so don't you know about her past? You've lied to him and tricked him into a sham marriage as well, haven't you, you hypocrite? You didn't tell him anything about your previous marriage, did you? She's a divorcee. Someone else's used goods.
Not everyone is messed up in the head like you know. He knows about my previous marriage, and he also knows the reason why it ended. And what do you think you're doing trying to lay hands on me like that? Can't you see that I'm pregnant?
Wow, you really are shameless. I bet you didn't even wait for the divorce papers to be signed before you moved on, did you? You always acted like butter wouldn't melt. But now I see what you're really like.
My gosh, this woman is insane. Who do you think you are, running your mouth off like that? We dated for 2 years, then got married around half a year ago and ended up with a honeymoon baby. This all happened way after her divorce.
Wait, hang on a second. If you're pregnant, then that means that Will really was the infertile one. But my mom was so insistent that you were the problem.
That's right. Your mom spent so long blaming me for not giving her grandchildren, but as I kept telling her, your brother was the problem all along. Honey, don't get too worked up. It's not good for the baby. She's not worth wasting your energy on anyway. Let's go.
And just where do you think you're going? You owe me an apology for ruining my marriage. Apologize for making a scene at my wedding and taking away my chance at happiness.
Oh, yes, that's right. I am so sorry that I wouldn't raise your children for you so you could move on with your life and pretend they don't exist. And I'm also sorry for saving an innocent guy from spending the rest of his life with a trash woman like you who was willing to live the rest of her days deceiving him. Is that good enough of an apology for you? Look around at all the poor people in this waiting room who have had to overhear this exchange. Their looks of disgust are aimed at you, not me.
Well, I never asked you to start yelling and draw so much attention to us. Ugh, this is so frustrating.
Oh gosh, you really did go through a lot because of that family, didn't you? I was horrified when you first told me the story, but seeing your ex-sister-in-law in the flesh has made me realize that she's even more unhinged than I could have even imagined. What a psycho.
She never used to be like that, you know. I think she started resenting me because she had a complex about having children but not being married. I think she compared herself to me a lot, and that contributed to the growing mass of negative feelings she had inside her. She started to become more and more hostile towards me, and being mean to me and joining her mom in putting me down and taking advantage of me helped her to regain her pride and sense of self-worth in some kind of twisted way. Of course, it isn't an excuse for all of the crazy stuff she tried to make me do for her, but it is a reason, I guess.
I knew that the story of your previous marriage was crazy, but after realizing just how crazy it was, it makes me think you would probably get internet famous if you posted it online somewhere.
Maybe I will someday. But for now, I need to focus on this little one here.
Sinead Gray! Is Miss Sinead Gray here? Huh, I guess maybe she isn't showing up for her appointment.
Mom! ran into today. It was her.
Can you please not start yelling the second you step into the house? I have no idea who you're talking about.
It was Anna. You know, Will's ex-wife Anna. The one who ruined my marriage. And do you know where I saw her? In the OBGYN department in the hospital.
What? We'll talk about what you were doing there in a second.
She's pregnant right now. She's about 6 or 7 months into the pregnancy. I was speechless to see that she hadn't wasted any time in moving on by getting remarried and getting knocked up as soon as possible. And that obviously means that Will really was the one with the fertility problems.
Will you keep your voice down?
What's going on here? Sinead, could you please elaborate on what you were just talking about? Oh gosh, you startled me. Rosie, hi! How long have you been standing there for? Mom didn't tell me that you were around. What do you mean, Will's ex-wife? Nobody ever told me that he had been married before.
Oh, this is all just a misunderstanding. When she said ex-wife, she actually meant ex-co-worker. He was really good friends with this one girl he used to work with, and they would call each other work wife and work husband. Isn't that right, Sinead?
Marie, I already heard everything. There's no way you can make any excuses here when I know what I heard. Sinead clearly said Will's ex-wife. I wouldn't have had any issues with him being a divorcee if he had just been upfront with me about it in the first place. But I feel really betrayed that he felt the need to lie to me about this.
No, honestly, you really did just mishear us, I swear. Honestly, you really will be the death of me, Sinead. Look what you've gone and done now.
And that means that my suspicions about Will being the reason that we haven't been able to conceive despite months and months of trying are also true. If you're saying that he has fertility issues. The reason that you were so adamant on us not going to the fertility clinic to get checked out is because you knew that he was the problem this whole time. Didn't you, Marie?
Oh no, you've got it all wrong. There's nothing wrong with Will in that department. I had him get a fertility check before you got married and everything was normal. You've only been married for 2 years anyway. If you keep trying for a little longer, I'm sure you'll get lucky eventually.
There really is no use in trying to cover your tracks now. I told you that I heard everything loud and clear. You constantly asking me why I hadn't gotten pregnant yet was really starting to get to me as well. How could you be so cruel as to say that to me when you knew full well that your son was the reason why it wasn't happening for us? And when I suggested that we go and get him checked, you said that it's degrading to force a man to do something like that. And what about me? Do you think it's not an invasive process for a woman to go and get checked out? I thought as a fellow woman you'd be a little more understanding.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? I thought that if you knew he probably couldn't have kids, you wouldn't want to marry him. So I decided to keep it from you.
Oh, so you admit it? You did know? Well, that settles it. I don't want to spend another second with anyone from this sick, messed up family. I'm going to start preparing to file for divorce immediately.
You can't just do that. We can talk about this. Rosie, please, don't just leave. Well, this is all your fault, Sinead. If you hadn't opened your big mouth, are you going to take responsibility for your brother's second failed marriage? I did my best to cover up everything about the divorce with Anna and Will's infertility to make sure that he could get remarried without any problems. And now look what you've gone and done. Now I have 2 divorces to cover up if I want to see him happily married to someone else.
How was I supposed to know that she was here? I was in such a rage after running into Anna that I didn't have time to stop and think about anything. And why are you getting angry at me when you've been pestering Rosie about having a baby when you knew about Will's fertility problems? Why am I always the bad person?
I'm actually losing my mind, I swear. My friend's son was told that he was infertile, but then he was able to have a baby eventually. So I thought that the same could probably happen for Will. They said it was a miracle, sure, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't happen to someone else.
How do you know that the so-called miracle baby was even his? Maybe his wife cheated on him or something. Or maybe they got a sperm donor or something and pretended that they didn't. You need to look into that situation. Miracles like that don't happen so easily. Maybe the woman had to resort to desperate measures to get pregnant somehow so her mother-in-law would stop tormenting her.
Is there no end to the ridiculous things that come out of your mouth? Anyway, I need to call Will as soon as possible and tell him that he needs to be extra nice to Rosie if he wants to save his marriage. Wait, I almost forgot to ask. What were you doing at the OBGYN? Are you having problems down there?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I've been having problems down there. Yeah. I just want to get checked out and get some medicine prescribed. That's all.
That better be all it was. If you were to tell me that you'd gotten pregnant again, I think the shock might just kill me. One time was bad enough. If you went and did it again, I really don't know what I'd do with you.
No, of course not. I'm getting older now as well. It's not that easy to get pregnant past 30, you know. Besides, Will has been trying for so long and hasn't had any luck. It would be cruel irony if I were to get pregnant again. Wait a second. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Where are you going? Are you not feeling well? Are you really going to throw up?
No, I don't think so. It's just the smell is making me feel so nauseous all of a sudden.
What smell? I can't smell anything. Wait a second. You are pregnant, aren't you? Whose is it this time? Do you even know?
I'm not too sure. I'm at around 6 weeks, so I think it was probably some guy I hooked up with when I went to the club 3 days in a row the other month.
How can you have gone and done this again? That's it. You and I will just have to die together now. There's no other solution.
Ouch! Mom! Don't pull my hair like that!
You already don't act like a mom to your kids, and I'm the one who does everything for them. You've got another thing coming if you think I'm going to raise another one for you. One child can't have children even though he wants to, and the other can't stop having them even though she doesn't want to. What kind of messed up situation is this?
Looking back on the time I spent married to my first husband, Will, I really do wonder what on earth it was that made me stay for so long. Thinking about it now, I think the fact that I was so distracted by the fact that my mom's health deteriorated and I had to send her to a nursing home made me overlook how badly I was being treated by my in-laws. I finally found happiness with my new husband, and we now have a healthy baby boy. After running into Sinead, we decided to move hospitals in order to avoid any more awkward encounters in the future. Considering how on edge she was that day at the OBGYN, I'm pretty sure she was there because she had gotten pregnant again. I know that she's still not married, so that's definitely going to put her family in another difficult situation. Raising a baby boy who is full of energy has definitely not been easy, but my husband has been supporting me every step of the way. I'm so thankful to be blessed with the two of them in my life, and I think that I finally found true happiness. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope everyone is able to find happiness in their lives like I did.